Hi Aries, this is Mary with Seer. I hope you're doing well. This is your second half of April reading 2020. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with my dragon cards here. They're pretty cool. They're all major arcanas because we got major stuff going on, right? So this is the Imperial Dragon. So this is actually the strength card in regular tarot. It's reversed. So first, I want to thank you for your likes and your shares, those who subscribe and those who watch and interact, book readings, and donate. Excuse me. Any information that you might need to donate or to see my products, my schedule, anything like that, you can go to the description box and there's a link to my website. So the Imperial Dragon here is about strength reverse. So the strength card is number 8 and it always reminds me of balance, balance. And so I met this Aries, I went out like one date with this Aries, and I really love Aries. My daughter's an Aries. I had a husband that was an Aries and he passed away, but and he had a tattoo that was about balance, and I don't remember if it was the eternity symbol, but he talked about how important balance was in his life. And just me as an outsider, it was clear that he didn't have very much balance, but maybe he said that about me, because it's all about the perspective, right? So I don't know why that's coming through, but maybe we'll just leave it at that. Maybe there's a reflection on what we think we are isn't what maybe the objective view is, okay? Okay, so the next card I'm going to do is, okay, so also strength, that means, oh, that was weird, sorry. So also this balancing in this card, I need to go back for you. They asked me to give you that story for some reason, Aries. Excuse me. The other thing about this is, so the strength card reverse reminds me of needing to have courage. Needing to balance our fear with our courage. Okay. Maybe taming a passion so we have balance in our life. Taming our fear. Taming our impulsivity. Okay. And that makes sense because stuck in the mud. And before I flipped this card, I was thinking about how we're stuck, right? We're stuck at home, unable to move, kind of. Well, that's the way it feels, especially probably for a fire sign. Yeah. I'm air, so I'm okay, being all in my head. That's where I do best, but it may not be so easy for other signs that are more extroverted. Okay, so let's read Stuck in the Mud. That's 24, which is a 6. You're being invited to stop and savor the wonder of your life. Becoming stuck is sometimes the only way to trick yourself into slowing down and looking around you. In fact, this is a sign that you need to shift your focus away from what you're doing and place your attention elsewhere. Struggling will only get you to even muddier places. Kind of reminds me of quicksand, right? The way quicksand makes you sink deeper. Now is not the time to move forward, but to observe. Clarity about your circumstances will come a little later. Stop and find the joy in what you've been overlooking. Soon you'll be out of the mud, but for now, be still and know that Spirit has a plan for you. Why am I stuck? Why is I'm not moving? Because maybe there's some redirection going on with a lot of us, a lot of society, right? Also, there's something about savoring the moments. I mean, enjoying the things like in your home, your animals, your children, phone calls, conversations. sitting on the back porch and listening to the birds sing, being in the moment. Okay, so now we're going to get a card from the angels and ancestors. Guess that's going to be it. This is the water guardian. Connect with your emotions. So while we're being stuck in the mud, I guess connecting with our emotions is a good thing. The need to balance, come into balance, looking at the current situation, connecting with our emotions. How do you feel about where you're at? What are the things that are bothering you? Or are they inside of you or outside of you? If they're outside of you, why do they bother you? What is it about the current situation that just really has you on edge, so to speak? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to look at another oracle card. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand each one of these. The water guardian is really, connecting with your emotions is really about opening up your heart and allowing the emotions to flow in and out. There's a certain amount of guardedness that it feels like that's been happening. Be courageous, truth conquers all. So this is a Knights Templar, okay? And truth conquers all. Truth conquers all. So this guy, okay. I just get the, I get this feeling that to face something is going to change everything for you. And that things will never be the same. And but it's something about a rite of passage in a way. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. We'll get more on it. And then we'll do one more card. We'll do the Avente Oracle cards here. Amente Oracle cards. Sorry about that. It's part of a pilgrimage. It's time to make the pilgrimage. Time to slow down and look at the details. Interesting. I consume only my fair share. This is about addiction. It's about addiction and I don't know, it's like a greedy ego. It's like a greedy mentality. Yeah, like an ego, greedy mentality. And this is basically the devil energy here. It's obsession, addiction. And sorry. Somebody needs to speak. It's like looking outside of us for something to be fixed, like never getting enough, not getting enough of something because we have something almost like we're trying to overcompensate for something that we don't feel within ourselves, okay? So addiction and distraction is just addiction, ego, all that is overcompensation. And looking outside of us for happiness, looking outside of us. And this is coming back to, let's take some inventory. What are the things we do have? What are the things we know that we're happy about within us? Okay? This is the strength to do that inventory. to be honest. Honest about where we've been and what we've been doing. How we've been treating others. And where our motivation is coming from. Because maybe we haven't been connecting with our heart, with our emotions. When we don't connect with our emotions, we avoid them. That's where it's real easy to go off into addiction and ego and it's like a diversion, like something so we don't have to feel, we don't have to deal with something. It's a distraction. That's the word. Okay. All right, so now we're going to look at Stuck in the Mud. Let's get some information about that for you. You know, this is an elephant. Elephants are incredibly observant. There's big, slow-moving animals, but they're so intelligent. And they're vulnerable, but they're incredibly powerful. And they're very gentle, unless you really... I mean, they will stand their ground. This elephant is also walking in circles. See that circle around him? He's walking in circles. The sun. Okay, so this is success and happiness. And abundance. And this is the childlike, innocence. It's kind of like innocence. And it's also this child, has a wand. So it's passion about life and movement and happiness. So you're being asked to reflect on the happy times in your life and innocence, your innocence. Time of innocence. Oh, I just flipped those. I'm going to put them back in because I don't want to mess up the reading there. I'll shuffle them again. They need to come back out. I'm sorry. But I don't want to misread those for you. Okay. Okay. Okay, so there's an innocence here. There's being happy, being open and vulnerable, and there's abundance. And then there's this sorrow and pain and disappointment. And this is about something in the past. This is like a darkness from the past or memories of the past. And that makes sense because that's where a lot of our emotions are driven down and hidden, and therefore we pick up habits, ways of distracting ourselves against this. I don't know if this is a recent past, but it looks like it's a childhood thing, Aries. It's a childhood, sisters and brothers when you were young, time of innocence, when something happened, okay? So let's go to the Imperial Dragon now. Let's look at strength and, the need to balance passion and faith, fear and courage. Six of Swords, running to a safe place. Okay, leaving somewhere, going to somewhere better. Let's keep going. Six of Swords. Hangman, trying to look at things from a different perspective. That's really good because in order to get this balance back, we do need to look at things from a different perspective than where we're at when this is reversed, okay? Waiting there, trying to understand how does this, it's almost like taking a situation and saying, why did this happen? How can I change it? I mean, because it has to be in our response because we're the ones, this is our life, right? How can I get past this? How can I get what I want? Nine of Cups. This is the wish card. How can I get what I want? How do I change this? It's like transmuting the energy into what I want, right? Looking at things from a different perspective so I can get what I want. I'm going to get one more card here. How can I have the happy life I want? This is a 401. This is really good. 11 card. So this is good relationships, good foundations, happiness, wedding parties. Okay? I'm going to keep going. So we're looking at the Water Guardian now. Okay, so I have the Knight of Cups. Water Guardian is a need to connect with your emotions, right? Knight of Cups is reversed is no, it's a lack of commitment. It's distraction in love. It's, offers of love. And maybe whether it was you offering love or the offers that came to you, well, they just weren't long lasting because this is an energy that is distraction. It's like squirrel or not being willing to stay with one person, getting bored with one person. Five of Wands, this is chaos. This is chaos and competition. So if we're talking about somebody that it has trouble making a commitment or keeping a commitment, then this causes a lot of chaos in one's life. This is also fire energy, right? It's also about gossip. It's not necessarily gossip, but it's people talking, causing problems. Telling us how to live our lives, telling us, it's conflict. Okay. And then I have Queen of Pentacles. So this is earth energy. It doesn't have to be an earth sign. It's feminine. But this is somebody that's codependent, not a good mom or wife. She may present like she is. Really looks like she could be. But it's not the way she is. Okay. Doesn't have to be a she, though. Or this Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. This is someone who could be. So maybe somebody saw the potential in somebody and it just wasn't there. Maybe this is a partner that you couldn't commit to. So you had a hard time being loyal or something, or it could be flipped also. I'm going to get one more card there. Magician. But, okay, so the Magician upright is knowing that you have what it takes. Somebody here knowing that they have what it takes to make things right, to live the life they want. Because it's up to me. It's like up to you or up to this party here. They have everything they need to create a good life. It's about planning. It's about the way we think, the way we act, the way we walk, the way we, it's about all of that. And that's part of that. Needing to get our lives in balance, and it's the reflection, the review, and saying, it's just looking at all of this, Aries. It's like the Emperor is about the planning. He's about looking at the facts and taking control of the situation. Magician is a card before the Emperor. So this is when you realize that you have more power than you thought you did. And then it's a need to take control of the elements and yourself and your emotions, all of that. So hope that made sense. Okay. So now we're looking at be courageous, truth conquers all. Well, now we have the Emperor reverse. So this is interesting because here I think there needs to be honesty about how you've been showing up, or about how somebody's been showing up, Aries. And this is Aries' card, though. So the Emperor reverse is lack of control. This is out of control energy, like not planning, this is energy that's just run amok. It's forceful. It's pushy. It's not the builder. What it ends up doing, because there's not the right amount of control and planning, it's destructive energy. And Emperor is about divine masculine energy. And this is destructive. It's distorted. So there needs to be some honesty about the way you've been showing up if this represents you, okay? About where you need to improve and how this past has been running you, okay? The need to avoid, the need to look for something outside of yourself to fill that place of sorrow or pain, right? Okay, so now Seven of Pentacles. This is This is earth energy again, but this is about no longer working with the things that don't serve you. Okay. Seven of Pentacles is about investments. This is no investment. This is realizing what you didn't invest in. Okay. Or what the bad investments were. This is no more investing. This is looking at the investments. This is no more. That's gone. That you can't invest in whatever it was. Not if you want truth and honor, in your life. Okay? Three of Cups, this is about overindulgence. This is reverse. So this is about gossip. It's negative gossip. It's about overindulgence and, sleeping around, stuff like that. Like alcoholism, drugs, alcohol, overindulgence. Partying and ending up with somebody that you didn't plan on being with. And so that's how relationships get started that aren't in our best interest, So I get one more card here. This is the truth about the behavior, okay? You can't change what you don't acknowledge. I'm sorry, they're just saying, it's the way they're asking me to do it this way, okay? We all have our past. Okay, so then I have the World. Yes, learning the lessons, ending these cycles, being honest about it. What do you want? This is your opportunity to really look at things because everything's slowed down. And it's kind of like you're being forced to in a way, right? But can be behind you. This is the end of the cycle. Being honest about what's been going on is the best way to end the cycle. The lesson's been learned. It doesn't have to be repeated, Aries. And that's a beautiful thing. So let's talk about this ego, obsessive energy, this kind of devil type energy here, okay? I consume only my fair share. Five of Swords. This is battle. This is fight. This is fighting, battling. So there may be, sometimes this is internal because it's swords, thoughts, conversations. Okay, I'm going to keep going. But this is where, you're fighting, or the stuff in your head is causing more disruptive thoughts, communication. And really, it's a need to get away from it. It doesn't matter if somebody thinks they're right or not, does it? Really? Because ego, if we're arguing about stuff just to be right, it's just ego. If you know you're right, what's the point of arguing with somebody that doesn't understand it? And what's right for you, it may be different for them. And there's a live and let live thing here because Queen of Swords, this is we know the truth, but there's no need to be nasty. This is somebody who just gets downright nasty and just tells somebody off. And when we do that, we lower our energy, even if it is the truth. There's a reminder not to let somebody bring you down to a lower level than what you're trying to walk away from, okay? Don't let others engage you in lower energy because you're looking at a place here where you can complete the cycle and move forward and move up, okay? The Fool is, this is the Fool reverse is you know better. You know better. If you engage in this energy, you're going to repeat the cycle. And it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be because I can see here it's been painful for you. And there's just this thing that's coming through. This is not who I am. Why is this happening? There you go. Why? This is why. But here it is. Here's the trauma that you don't want to face. And somehow engaging with this lower energy feeds that. Feeds it. Feeds something that's running you, that addiction, the obsession, the need to be outside of yourself and not look at whatever you need to look at. So this will keep happening if, I'm not like doom and gloom, but I think you know what I'm saying. Take back your life, okay? Deal with what needs to be dealt with. You're already in slow motion, bottom card. 10 of Cups, because it is keeping you from your happiness. It is delaying your movement, your ascension, your rising, getting your energy cleaned up into happiness, Okay, so, wow, that was interesting. So I'm just going to do a few more cards for you, okay? Is there anything else Aries needs to know that would help at this time? If there's multiple things, and you probably know this, Aries, you take the one that's most disruptive right now, okay? And do with that. But it has something to do with the trauma, something that happened. Go back and get yourself. Go back and get that child and tell them it wasn't their fault. Whatever happened in your family, you know, it wasn't your fault. Okay, the Tower reverse. Okay. Empress reversed. Six of Wands reversed. Five of Pentacles. And the Page of Swords. Beautiful. Okay, this is what we got here. Tower reverse is... So when we have the Tower, it's major disruption, right? When it's reversed, it can mean building or healing from. In this case, it's healing from, and I'll tell you why. Because I have the Empress reverse. So we had the Emperor reverse. That's out of control. Empress reverse is just... She's just not nurturing. She's not... This is the counterpart energy, right? This is like lack of nurturing, no abundance, can't manage money. This is the counterpart to the Emperor. This is why, because I mean, the Tower had to fall because the counterpart was the same. It was the same. If this is a relationship we're talking about, or it could be the feminine side of you, was distorted also. The other person was distorted also. Okay, there's no success there, and it cannot. They're saying right here, this cannot be rebuilt. Okay, and it's important you need to know that, because this being out in the cold, financial loss, Five of Pentacles, it happened for a reason. It happened for a reason. It was part of the lesson. Okay, but see the truth in that. There needs to be recognition of the truth. But this is all part of this whole reading, is recognizing the truth so you can get back to your place of balance, back to your place of power. Okay? Just, we can't force something. Can't force something that's not supposed to be. Because if it was supposed to be a lesson the whole time, that's why we need to release it even more. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, but holding on to this will only bring more the same, okay? Whether it's the person or the energy, okay? Or both. So, well, I love you, Aries. I hope this helped this place that you're at right now, and take care. Bye-bye.